I want to thank Dr. Kursat Bozkurt and Dr. Rebecca Reachi to agreeing to this podcast. We're going to be talking about the upcoming Vein and Lymphatic University humanitarian project. Vein and Lymphatic University was started by Dr. Lowell Kabnick and Dr. Victor Kanata as to really support vein and lymphatic education worldwide. Although we mostly focus on the US and Latin America, we also have worldwide education efforts. And one of the major efforts is not only the WhatsApp group, the VLU Voices, but also the humanitarian project. The webinars are also equally important to try to get the word out about the upcoming new tools, techniques, and ideas coming up in our field and disseminate them and discuss interesting cases. The humanitarian project takes a slightly different angle. And I'd like to hear a little bit about what the humanitarian project is that you two have been working on. Dr. Bozkurt, can you tell us a little bit about what is the VLU humanitarian project that's coming up?
First of all, Anna, thanks for the nice invitation. The idea is to train some young doctors around the world. Also, in the meantime, to help for the treatment of some people who really needs our sport. There are a lot of new techniques around now. I mean, for example, actually laser radio frequencies are not new stuff, but in some parts of the world, they are not quite popular. That's why our aim is to teach young doctors for new techniques in the treatment of venous and lymphatic pathologies, and also in the meantime to help the treatment some group of patients. That's why we started to work about this project around 1 year ago. The first country will be Mexico. The reason is we have Rebeca there. She's nice, she's great, and she's very good for organizing this kind of procedures. And it's going to be our first mission in Mexico. Then possibly in 2026, we will go to Vietnam. We already made communications and we already discussed with some doctors from Vietnam, and the 2026 mission will be possibly in Vietnam. Then we will go to India in 2027. Now our effort is enough for only one project every year, but in the future, it might be more missions in 1 year. But we will start with Rebecca, and then we will continue with other countries as well. Actually, these are all I want to say. And now, Rebecca.
Yes. Well, thank you for the invitation. I'm so happy to participate in this humanitarian program and project. And it's gonna be on Guadalajara, Jalisco, here in Mexico. That it's a beautiful city. It's gonna be around March 25 to the March 29. So the first day we are going to have some introduction to the Vein and Lymphatic University, and we are going to have some didactic sessions. If we remember, this is going to be for people who want to learn. That means all the fellowship that we have there in Guadalajara. So we are going to start with some talks about anatomy and physiology and the guidelines here in United States and in Europe. And we are going to have something about the ultrasound, how we can do the step by step and with the procedures, thermal and non-thermal procedures. So that is going to be our first day, and the second day is going to be again some how to do it, and start with maybe the procedures, and on the day 3 and 4 we're going to do to performance. All the procedures depends on the patients. We are thinking about doing about around 50 procedures. We are going to have 3 different operating rooms, and we are planning to do 8 cases per room per day. So we are planning to do this for people who need it and they don't have money. That's the main that's the main thing in this humanitarian project. Of course, we're going to have on the last day, we're going to have the follow-up of the patients. That is, it is necessary. Of course, we are going to have take care of the patients, and besides that, I'm going to be very, very, very close to the patients and to the people who are going to take care of them. The people from this hospital, that is a civil hospital, is a public hospital. I talk with them, and they are very open to do this humanitarian program. And I want to thank all the people from there, because they are very warm to become a part of this project.
Thank you so much. I do think it's very important not only to help the underserved, but also to have a lasting influence in terms of educating some of the local surgeons about some of these new techniques, relatively new techniques, that are really becoming the standard worldwide. By having others who may not have necessarily the resources and to learn about these techniques, and giving them the didactics and the hands-on cases on patients is quite valuable, I think, because I think it could possibly lead to a long-lasting impact.
Yes, I think is the most important for this fellow, that they are not, when you are in this world, that going to meetings and going to the workshops, the hands-on shops, it's easier for one that you are in this world. But for the fellows, it's very important to have it there, to see how the people do it, and to learn from the main people who knows how to do it. To give the tips and tricks of how to do it is so important. So I guess I thank you for choosing Mexico, because it's very important for the people from here, all the residents and the fellowships.
And thank you both for organizing all of this. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of long hours, and it really shows your dedication to the reason why we're doing this.
Thank you very much. It's my
our
pleasure.
Our pleasure.